I've recently just been through an experience of having some quite strong, intense pain. I went through some muscle spasm stuff going on in my neck and shoulder, and it got me reflecting about pain. So this video I'm going to split into two parts, calling it the pain game. So have you noticed that we're actually wired to move towards pleasure and move away from pain? On one level that's a good thing, because if we're not experiencing any pain, then there's a sense of harmony in us and all is well, we're in a state of ease. But there is another side, that if we're in pain, there's a gift in there too. And so I like to see pain as something that we can learn from. And I know there's differing degrees of pain. So when we're in severe pain, that's very different to when we're in mild pain. We do need to be aware that there's different strategies, which I'll go into in the next video on that, when you're dealing with severe pain compared to mild pain. However, what I've come to learn over the years is that there was an old saying that's been around for a long time, and it's said a lot by exercise coaches and personal coaches and stuff. They'll say, no pain, no gain. You've got to push through. And I used to hate that. That used to really annoy me, because by my nature, and maybe you're the same, I don't like pain, but I can see there is a gift in it. And so there's a process to go through, and so the process that I do, and what happens if I'm experiencing pain, is I'm seeing it is that there's a warning or a signal that's going off inside of me. And over the years, from working with lots of people and reading different books and different sources of information, things have been said like, well, all pain starts in our mind. Well, when we're in pretty strong pain, it's not in our mind, it's in our body. It's absolutely there, and it's very hard when you're in the middle of severe pain, particularly, to say, oh, well, this is all in my mind. And then there can be a lot of new age stuff about, oh, we create our reality, therefore if we're in pain, we're doing something wrong. That's another common one that catches a lot of people. And I reckon that's rubbish. I really do. I think that pain, if we see the upside of it or the gift, it's there to help us. It's not there to punish us. We're not bad, we're not wrong. We're just learning. That's the journey we're on. And so if we can see the pain, that it's a message from our mind that's come to our body to try and show us that something we're thinking, something we're believing, something we're doing is taking us away from our true innate self. And so the pain is a signal, it's a messenger saying, you're a little off track here, so time to come back on course. So I like to look at it like that. And when I do that, it's much less harsh. And if the pain is fairly mild, I like to do a process where I do a little bit of inner exploring and do breath work. I'll go into that a little bit more in the next video, describing the process that I do so that you can use it too. But that's the important point I want to make, is that if we can see the gift of pain, rather than seeing it as something bad, something we got to get away from, something we should be scared of, that's something I've noticed too over the years when working with people in a lot of pain, is it's almost part of the process, especially if the pain is sudden and especially if it's very intense. It's really scary. And we think, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Something's really bad, because the body warning system is kind of yelling at us. It's not whispering, it's yelling. And that is scary. And part of the work I do is to try and help people understand it's okay. Your body's trying to give you a quick warning signal that something you've been doing has brought this pain on, and that once you understand it, then you don't get so scared of it. Because I find it's all about fear. If we're really scared, we contract. And if we contract for long enough, then our energy doesn't flow properly. So in Chinese medicine they talk about qi stagnation, which means the energy is not flowing. And then they talk about a worse state of that called blood stagnation. And blood stagnation means now the fluids are actually stopping or slowing right down. And so our muscles have been contracting. We're uptight on an inner level. And sometimes we're not even aware we're doing that. We're just doing life. We're just doing what we think is the right thing. And that's when, if we can understand to just stop and pause, the pain is telling us, hey, you're going down the wrong track, just pull back, come back onto the right track. So the gift of having pain is to help us understand to take a course correction. So ultimately that is a good thing.